Hi, Steve here with Home and Field Dogs. We're going to introduce some young puppies to gunfire today. These are two little French Brittany's, Violet and Penny. And a lot of people have asked me about the process, why we do what we do. So I'll answer a few questions first and explain our process a little bit. First question I always get is, when do you introduce gunfire? And the only fair answer is when the puppy's ready. Some dogs aren't ready till they're much older, some are ready much younger. Generally, when I see that a puppy has enough chase drive for the bird, that's when we introduce gunfire, and we'll explain why in a minute. And some dogs just take longer than others. But in the bird work I did with these girls on motivational retrieves yesterday and introduction to quail over the past little while, they've shown me that they're ready. Second, the most important thing is don't screw it up, or you have a big problem that you got to work on for a long time. Third is, a lot of people argue over what kind of gun to use for the introduction. If you look at the decibel charts, there's not a lot of difference between 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 28, 410, 16, whatever, but there is a huge difference between which direction the gun is pointed. So today we're using a 410 semi-automatic because it does have the lowest decibel count. But again, the important thing is that we don't shoot over the puppy yet when we introduce gunfire. We just fire around when the timing's right. So we'll take a 410 and fire it straight in the air and slightly behind us, and so that percussion, that muzzle blast, isn't out over the puppy for the first time, and we wait until the puppy is on the chase. Sometimes I use sometimes I use quail launchers, sometimes I just set a bird out, depending on what it is. But the other real important thing about this process is gunshot should always mean dead bird, or rather a bird that can be retrieved. A lot of old school trainers think that we want to desensitize to noise, and they do dumb things like banging pots and pans or firecrackers in the puppy's kennel or whatever, and all they're really doing is making a puppy either deaf or afraid of noise. Gunshot should always mean dead bird. The desensitization techniques are not the appropriate way to introduce any dog to gunfire. Making noise for the sake of noise doesn't teach the dog anything. We want that loud boom to mean there's a bird you can go get. So I'm going to go put a couple birds out in the field and talk through the process a little bit. Our goal is, I want the dog to find the bird. Hopefully they're going to point for a little bit because they're showing good instinct to do so already. The bird will flush. And so here's the other thing that becomes important, the type of bird we use. I want it to be a bird that can't fly well, because I want the puppy to chase the bird down and catch it. So whether it's a pigeon, pheasant, chuck, or whatever, doesn't matter, as long as it doesn't fly well. If that means injuring a wing or something on the bird, or I like to use Japanese quail because they can't fly real well. And you'll see how that process goes. Once we get the bird up, we'll put the dogs on it, and when they're chasing the bird, we'll fire around. Good girl, where's that bird? Good girl. Where's that bird? Good girl, what'd you find? What'd you find? Good girl. And the bird's up. She's on the chase. Let her get close. Okay, this is Violet's sister Penny. We're gonna do the same thing with her. Let's go, Penny. Let's hunt him up. Hunt him up, darling. Hunt him up, darling. Hunt him up, hunt him up. Hunt him up, hunt him up. Good girl, where's that bird? Where's that bird? Good girl, where's that bird? Good girl, let's find it. Let's find it. Where's that bird? Penny, Pen. Pen, Pen, come in. Where's that bird? Good girl, where's that bird? Good girl. Good girl. Where's that bird? Yes, good girl. Good girl. Yes, where's that bird? Good Good girl. Where's that bird? Good girl. Good boy. Where is it? Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. Let's get it. Get it. Get it. She didn't see me kick it up, so we'll try again. There we go. Now she's on the chase. Good girl. Good girl. Where's that bird? Find it. Find it. Where's that bird? Good girl. Yes. Yes, good girl. Try again. Good girl.